Hey, g'day, and welcome back. It's been over 14 months now since I installed the Tesla Powerwall 3. And for those of you who subscribe to my channel, you may have seen the video I made well over a year ago now called Justifying the Cost of a Home Battery. The intention with installing the Powerwall 3 was to soak up the surplus solar electricity that I generate during the day. So how's it working out, I hear you ask? As a quick recap, I live in an apartment block and we have enough roof space so that many of the owners, including myself, have been able to install solar panels. When I first considered installing a battery, my 6.5 kilowatt solar system was generating more electricity than I could consume during the day. I was charging my Tesla Model Y using some of this excess solar electricity that I was generating. However, I was still generating a surplus that I was selling back to the grid for a feed-in tariff of only 5 cents per kilowatt hour. And then when the sun went down at night, I was buying that same electricity back for 32 cents per kilowatt hour to run my home. Now that just didn't make any sense to me. I chose the Tesla Powerwall 3 for the systems integration that it provides with the Tesla app. All of the data relating to charging and running my car is integrated with the same data on the same app for the Powerwall 3. That has significant value for me to have just a single app with everything in one place. So the Tesla Powerwall 3 is intended to soak up all of that surplus electricity during the day so that I can use it myself at night. As the Powerwall 3 can store 13 kilowatt hours of electricity, that's more than enough for me to power my home at night. And so my plan was to sign up with a virtual power plant, a VPP, and sell some of that excess electricity to help fund the purchase of the Powerwall 3 battery. The timing of my decision to install the battery did enable me to take advantage of a small state-based incentive scheme that was operational at the time. Sadly, I was a few months ahead of the federal battery rebate scheme, which would have actually saved me $5,000 if I'd known about it before I installed the battery. So how's it working out, I hear you ask? Well, certainly my expectation was that by installing the battery, I would be able to soak up my excess solar and potentially reduce my power bill to virtually zero. That's because my solar electricity supplies all of my daytime needs, at least during the summer months, and provides a significant excess that I can store in the battery and use myself later at night. I did expect my electricity consumption to remain fairly constant during the year, perhaps rising during the winter months of June, July, August here in Australia, with the need to heat my home. I have the Tesla Powerwall 3 configured in what they call time of use mode. This enables me to use the battery to store my surplus electricity during the day, and then at night, using the AGL EV Night Saver plan, my electricity rate reduces to 8 cents per kilowatt hour after midnight. So if necessary, I can top up the battery using that low-cost electricity. The Tesla Powerwall 3 is also configured to reserve 15% of its battery capacity for backup during power outages. Where I live, you don't expect to get many power outages, but when you look at the data on the Tesla app, it surprisingly shows that there have been several power outages of less than a minute during the last 12 months. Most significantly, very recently, we had a power outage for over 2 hours, and the Tesla Powerwall 3 provided all of my energy needs during that time and had a reserve that would actually have lasted 15 hours if I'd needed it. Okay, so let's get into the weeds a bit and have a look at the data over the last 14 months. So prior to the installation of the Powerwall 3 from 2023-2024, you can see that I had plenty of surplus electricity being generated during the day. The Powerwall 3 was installed in November of 2024, and you can see from the utilisation data that there was an immediate decrease in the amount of surplus solar that was being exported as it was being held in the battery. I've added the Australian seasons to this graph so that you can see where we have our solar maximums in spring and summer. You can see from the utilisation data that in autumn and winter my energy demands increased, as well as the solar decreasing due to the winter months. In September of 2025, there was a dramatic decrease in my energy demands as we went away on holiday to Tasmania for 3 weeks. G'day and welcome to Cradle Mountain in Tasmania. We're on a 3-week road trip in a motorhome. As spring came around, we see an increase in solar output. What I'm most surprised about, however, is that my energy demands have not reduced as much as I was thinking. I expect what's happening is I'm using the AGL EV Night Saver plan to charge my Tesla more frequently. So where do I take the Tesla Powerwall 3 from here? I still have about 50% of the battery capacity left in the mornings, so I do have surplus that I could potentially sell to a virtual power plant. However, I have learned that with a VPP you really need to have quite a significant amount of surplus electricity if you want to make any real return on your investment. So I've held off doing this at this time because I have an expectation that vehicle-to-grid bidirectional charging will be becoming available in Australia in 2026. So rather than expand the Tesla Powerwall 3 and sign up to a VPP at this stage, I'm just waiting to see what developments there are with vehicle-to-grid. It may not be necessary to expand the Powerwall 3, as I have an expectation that I could very well use the Tesla Model Y as the main battery to power my home and sell some surplus to the VPP. It certainly is a very dynamic environment, and I enjoy having the control over my electricity generation and consumption that the battery and my solar system gives me. It gives me the flexibility and the independence to optimise my energy utilisation. Hey, I hope you found this update of value. Please give me your comments below. Thanks very much for watching and please subscribe. Cheers. G'day and welcome to Steve's Tesla. This is my channel dedicated to electric vehicles and renewable energy. Subscribe now and let's drive.